Greetings, comrades of six. I don't know. Does that work? Is that anything? Greetings, everyone. Hi, it's time for some more Songs of Six. Here we are where we left off last time, and we're making some cotton farm. Now, we don't have enough fiber, but it will happen eventually. So that's nice. In the last few times, we learned how to do... Oh yeah, we learned some trading. Although if anyone has any tips for trading, I'm still a little bit, confused about that. And we had some interactions with the locals, aka not so locals, I guess, our neighbors, with Krantstena, with Odrijk, and whatever these guys are, Winia. So it's nice. We're making friends. Now today, what I think I want to do is I definitely want to connect these to each other. I think that'll be good. And also, maybe we get into clay, as we kind of have done a lot of the other things. I think now we have speakers as well. We have pretty much everything, except for a good place for the grave, right? We did place a grave out and about. I think I want to make a nicer thing. We also have only one shrine. We have the shrine to Crator. And I'm kind of thinking I do want to extend the Amevian settlement. Just make the Amevius more larger, make a little community as if they have their own little district here. So that's, I think, maybe what we'll work on today. I have checked, and the Amevians do like to work on the clay pits. So I think we should start bringing in more of them and create a little bit of an area for them, as well as making them happier. So first, we're going to look at the occupation business. I want to make sure that they prioritize the work on clay pits. So we can just make that maximum, I think. And then I'm also going to select the other races, and for now, completely ban them from working on clay pits, just so that's the only way that I know how to make this happen. So there we go. The Amevians are now lovely. Okay, so the clay supply is right here, and we do need to create another house for them. Now, I think maybe like a blob of 3 of them might look okay, but let's just investigate. Their houses, I don't think they have a preference for roundness versus squareness, but I do think their houses being a little bit blobby is a good idea. So sort of just something that looks like it's just little mud constructions. I feel like that's very cute, and so that's what we'll do for them. So there'll be another house here for the Amevius, and then maybe we could start working on some other things that they could actually work on. I do wish that there could be a way to like set a district and then just be like, this is where we want the Amevians to do stuff. Did we ever make that tilapia nursery? We have a lavatory, have a janitor, we have a bunch of houses. I don't think we made that nursery. Alright, so we could also work on that. And military, we could only really make a gatehouse, which, given that we don't have a wall... Oh, I guess you can just make a wall as in there's fortifications. Ah, stairs. Oh, palisade. And stone wall. I don't know, do we need these? Is this required? Maybe. I guess we'll find out if we get brutally murdered. Let's bring in our Amevian friends. Then, what I want to make sure is that we look into collecting pottery. So this will be... Oh, ration maker. Do I have this? So rations... Okay, they actually don't like... They don't like raw food. They don't like rations that much. So maybe we don't need it. But maybe having a little bit of rations is always a good idea. Besides, we're always capped on these things anyway. Alright. So this is pottery. Clay pit. Clay pit in the water. Can I... Are they gonna fill this in? Or what? Let's see. Let's see what happens. So I'm just gonna define all of this. Or is that nasty? How should I do this? How many? 100 workers? Are you kidding me? Wait, hold on. Turns out we don't need that at all. How many workers? 1 worker per thing? That's wild. Maybe we can just set the maximum workers, but we could still paint it, you know? Why is it like this? Oh, this is... You can build up to the shallow, but then you can't build into the deep water. Oh, that makes sense. Well, right now we're not going to be massively terraforming. So let's just say we've made a little mining operation over here. This seems like a sensible thing. And then we can set a storage. And auxiliaries. Actually, maybe a little bit more space would be needed just because the auxiliaries and stuff would need a little bit more space. What if we do it like this? And then we can have storage right here. Or here. And then auxiliaries. Can I make you bigger? Oh, can I make the storage bigger? Oh, I certainly can. All right. So let's see if these auxiliaries put us at 100. They do not. Oh, come on. I was really hoping that would be enough. Well, that's what we build. That's a lot of our furniture. Let's build that. So why is the clay pit so work intensive? Oh no, we're making this out of wood. I think we can just convert it once it's built, so I'll just wait for it to be finished. Meanwhile, let's take a look over here. Now, what are you guys up to? I think we probably... Ooh, a weaver. So that's once we have that stuff built. Coal brewery. Right. I feel like the production of things such as like the furniture is just very slow in this game. Can you upgrade this stuff? How do you upgrade things? Is there a button? I think there's a button. Wait, I saw it. It requires some tech. Oh, this can be upgraded. Oh, but it needs a lot of furniture. Okay. Right, let's see until these guys are done with this. I do wonder if they can make it across or if we need to invent some sort of bridge. Let's see, bridge, nothing. Platform, path, fungus road. Okay, maybe we just need to make a road across the water. Is that something that can be done? Oh, maybe that's how we must do it. Which means this whole fishing situation is a bit of a problem. 'Cause it's a room. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, isn't it? We are once again, for the 5th time, for the 79th time, reworking the fishery. Which is great, but I've split it into 2 and made it so that we can make a path through the middle. I think this is good. We cannot tell. But I figured maybe a width of 3 is a little bit too much. Let me see. Well, where's my keybind that I did? Aha! Maybe we'll make it a 3 at a later date. But yes, there we go. We can have a path. Hopefully they can build that and it can work as a bridge. And if things are bad, maybe we can make a railing of some sort. But good. Let's see them work on this. It's so nice. The speed settings in this game are lovely. Alright. They are working on everything, and we can make 2 more Amevians move in. And we have all of them in these houses, but let's just focus on making this house proper. So we can go to assign and then Amevians. There you go. Nobody needs to move out. And the other thing that we must do is we can go structures and then replace or overwrite mud building. Oh, the wood was just kind of its own thing. Is that not the same thing I used? Oh well, it can be made of mud. I thought when we did this with wood over a building, it just sort of upgraded on its own. That's strange. Anyway, we can also make things diagonal. There. I like it. It's a little bit of a mud lump, you know? Ah, our muddy lumps. And then, honestly, I think the Amevians would eventually get their own markets and all of their own stuff. I kind of believe in them as a little muddy people. So, let's just work on this a little bit. Thank you for the saving. So, here it is. And also, I see that they're making their own railings. So we don't have to worry about that, which is really nice. I also want to make sure that these Amevians are not getting... see, they're all carpenters and janitors now. Should I just fully restrict their roles? Because I don't want these Amevians to do other jobs than the very specific ones. And then we can always fix that later, right? Let's go. How do I do this here? I go to this menu. I go to occupation, work priorities, and then I would need to just remove everything. I wish you would tell me what they work as, because then I could actually get rid of them. Why are some of these on maximum? You may not work there. No, cease. Okay, so I didn't end up turning everything off on the other menus. I just turned off the ones that were actually employees so that I would force them into stuff. So we have employees. All of them should be these guys, right? And then we need somebody on fruit orchard. So we have 6 these, or not fruit orchards, on this clay pit. And we can just, did I? Oh no, don't refurnish it. Did I prevent clayness on all the other species? Yeah, we did that. So now the clay pit can open and every single Amevian is just gonna go there. Do they also want to work with clay itself? Let's see. I'm sure that information was somewhere. Let's go take a look. Properties, nope. Do give me that. So you want to work in the clay pit, but you also want to work at a pottery. Well, they do. Let's find it. They don't really care about pottery. But I wonder if the other races do. Skill fulfillment is kind of the same for everybody. Skill, the Amevians are at 100%. And we don't have the other 2 races that are actually good at it. So we might as well make them do this as well, right? That's like their contribution to our society. So just preemptively what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the... Or maybe we won't. Maybe we can let them do it. No, because it'll be here in their district. And we want this to be sort of Amevius only. No, you know what? You don't need segregation for everything. Did I forget to make a ceiling here? That does look like somebody forgot to make a ceiling here. What did I do here? A mess is what I seem to have made. Fix that. Yeah, are we missing a ceiling here or what? There we go. I totally thought I did that. And that's not built yet. All right. Let's let them finish this. Ah. While they were working on it, I noticed that, in fact, our storage of furniture is full. So let's see if we can expand that a little bit. We don't want to just waste time here. And also, I want to check something. Workload is low. Wait, workload is low. That's fine, right? That just means we could use fewer delivery people, but that's okay. So I have a question. We're bringing 2 of you in. I have a question, and my question is, what's that? People who are trapped and cut off from the throne. Where are you trapped? Pause. Did we... Uh-oh. How do I high priority this? Guys, we gotta do this fast. Somebody make a door. We'll just punch a hole in your thing. Somebody do something. This person's cut off. Can you not cut it off yourself? Why are you a traitor? Okay, there we go. Thanks, guys. Okay, build that wall back now. Oops. That was a big accident. That was a bit of a whoopsie. Okay, so they're just clearing that. That's gonna take them a while. Now, what was I thinking about? Oh yeah, why is this guy a traitor? I'm just gonna continue to go into your occupation and work priorities. So we have nobody here, nobody here, nobody here. 6 people in agriculture. So how come you are a trader if you don't work in any of these fields? And what does this question mark represent? Oh, are these just things that we have? Yeah. These are things that we have versus things that... that's very good to know. Very useful. Okay. Cool. So, I have a question. Upgrading. Let's see. Can I just go upgrade? Okay, no. What about store... warehouse? What does upgrading a warehouse do? I mean, there's one way to find out, right? Carry capacity gets increased for each box. Oh. Whoa. It's gone fancy. Right, let's look at our tech tree. Where's our tech tree? Aha. So I think we can only start when we become a Marir. We just need a bigger population. I'm scared though that like it also seems like once you progress, you get a little bit of you get shenanigans happening. You know, like we progressed to level to 50 population and suddenly our neighbors took an interest in us. I'm just a little bit worried about that. How much space do we have for you guys? We don't know, but I'm gonna get 4 of you. We have plenty of food. Food is not a problem. Housing. We have some Amevian missing housing available. So available housing is 10 for these guys. And we need a little bit more for these guys. Now, what's wrong here? You have room. So there should be nobody homeless. Let's just let them build this stuff and see what we do next. What is that? Goods. Oh, I love a graph. I've been playing a lot of Factorio, and let me tell you, I love a graph. Why is nothing being built? Excuse me, why is nothing being built? Also, I just noticed in the the preview of my recording that when it makes a super screenshot, you guys don't actually see the menu that pops up, which is quite strange. Look at that. It's a little lump. It's a little lumpy blob. All right, so I'm still learning all the keys. I'm sorry. I'm very slow with the menus. I hope to be faster in future, but I hope you can forgive me for my slowness. There we go. And then this is being built. I almost said it's almost built, but that's not really true. We have a lot of grain. Where did we obtain this grain? Was that the grain that was gifted to us? Can we perhaps create a grain farm? We should, right? With all this gift of grain that we got. Now, where should we put it? Because we could make it here next to it. Or go upwards. But the fertility here seems to be the best, right? That's a little bit worse. Wait, let's see. Soil 90, moisture 69. Nice. Moisture 68. But the soil is way better. Are you not moist? Oh, you're way more moist over here. Oh. Oh, moisture high over there. But sort of middling and low moisture there. What if we learn how to irrigate? Oh, that seems like a big thing down the line. All right, let me do some thinking. All right, so here are 2 grain farms. Now, will this cause problems down the line? Probably. Do we care? Well, I think I will care once these connect, and then it won't match and it won't be nice. But until then, you know, we can just vibe and it'll be fine. We can just not worry about it, you know? But yeah, we can have some grain here. I tell myself not to worry about it, but I do know that I'll be annoyed, but it's fine. Things need to look pretty, you know? What's the point of having a city if you can't make it look good? Everybody living in grey misery. It's quite bad. Speaking of grey misery, I feel like the Amevians want some homes. They want some more homes, and they do love living on water. So why don't we just make some like some more blobby homes, but on this side? I mean, these guys will need to work here anyway, right? So maybe we can just do that. I like this blobby shape, so let's see. Let's start like that. This will go out into the water, so we can't do that. But we can do this. I think this is a nice little blob. There we go. Some roads. Oh, probably also want roads to that. I just feel like these guys would totally live like this. In little blobby, like, they almost make me think of like spawning pods. I know that's gross. Oh wait, this is gonna be a mine at some point. I think we're far away from that. I think we can sacrifice this. And then we can have pottery in here. So let's think about, these are quite small though. All right, so we're just giving a couple things here. I feel like they could also use a speaker. Now, how are we going to make that happen? You know, that's a question. If we create a speaker here and we allow anybody to be a speaker, somebody else will take it. But maybe it'll be proximity based, because I do think we have some odd jobbers right now that are Amevians, so it could work out. Another thing that they don't have right now is a well. And given that they're water folk, I think they would like a well. So let's take a look into that. All right, we got something over here. I feel like this is nice. Let's get to work. We're gonna give them these 2 buildings. They're not houses yet. I'm sort of on the fence as to what we're gonna put in there. We're gonna give them their own market, which again does mean that we gotta go in there. We gotta go in there and we gotta change some stuff in the occupation stuff. But luckily, now we've learned that we don't have to look at everything. We could just show the few things that we need to see. They certainly don't need to work there. They are allowed to work on the other grain farms. I don't want them working here, but they can work in the pits and as potterers. And then here we can have them work as speakers. Now, what is this priority? How does this priority function? You know, what does this mean? Priority. Is it... What is this bar? Oh, you could just determine how many there need to be. Oh. What do you mean 20? Or is that priority? Fulfillment 100. Skill, okay, well, I don't know how this functions. But, yeah, is this just priority on the left? Or what? Either way, we do want one of those. And we also want some of them in here. If I do this, what happens? Some of them do go work there. Oh, they just replaced the guys over there. Well, so who's working here now? Wait. Who are the delivery people here? Can I see the people employed in this warehouse? How do I look at employees? Inspect? Okay. And if I were to slide that slider, it would change that. I just want some Amevians in here, but I don't want them elsewhere. Or maybe I even want just one, you know? So how do I make that happen? How do we secure that this is the Amevian people working here? I mean, they don't have to, right? This is mostly just for fun. I just really would like it to work that way. There's a job right there for you. Ah, see, that's all of their priorities. So I do think this is like the priority, and if we just exceed it, they will automatically become this job because they seem to be much more... Well, they have the same enjoyment, same fulfillment, so I don't know why they just take over these jobs. Maybe it's just because there's so many available. We definitely want you guys in fisheries. I think once this comes out, then, you know, that's when the Amevians will be able to be freely assigned to whatever. Okay, so for now, what kind of resources? We can have some stuff a little bit closer. So these guys obviously love fish. Is there anything that's like really capped? I guess not, since we've increased the stuff. There is going to be farms up there, so having a storage of grain isn't a terrible idea. You're gonna want, I'm gonna say, a little bit of wood, a little bit of furniture, just because if we bring that in here, it'll be better because it'll be more available. And then, of course, the bigger thing is clay and pottery. How many more do we have? One more crate that can be assigned. And we can also upgrade you. It's just a quick click. It's so wild. Isn't there another one that we can upgrade? There you go. You have been upgraded. Now there's so much space we don't even know what to do with it. Alright. We should let these guys complete their tasks here. Did I forbid the Amevians from working in markets? Probably don't want to do that. Food stalls? Yeah, you guys can work in food stalls. Oh, look, we have an Amevian here. Hell yeah. That did work out for us. currently. We need a few more of your homes. But let's get this stuff built and then things will be better. While our guys are building, we can rename these food stalls so it's easier to know, or these buildings. So we'll just say Amevian District Food Stall. Oh no, it doesn't fit. Amevian Food Stall. Amevius? Amevian Market. And so on. Uh-oh. I got carried away. I accepted too many people again, and now we're at 75. Well, we've unlocked the laboratory, so this is where all the trouble starts. But hey, an Amarir is a chosen one, destined to lead his people to greatness. In order to secure future growth, we must now turn to our ingenuity. The people serving you have some ideas in the form of innovation. Use these to enhance their productivity in the tech tree. Hell yeah. So I was just inviting more people, and that's why we got this. Whoops. But yeah, so we definitely now have more. Look at that. We have some beautiful housing over there. And we're just improving things. We're not done yet. I'm going to finish this, and then I'll show you around the Amevian settlement that we've built. All right, here it is. Our project is complete for now. We have expanded the Amevian housing. The entire Amevian district is now a proper district. I really like it. We have a couple things. We've added a bunch of decorations for them. Maybe a few too many torches up here. We even have little benches for them to stand on, or sit on rather. And everybody can just relax. The primary things that we want to work is that fishing and clay pit. So some of the others, once the clay pit was finished, they all switched to clay because they really love working there, I think. And we lost some of these other ones, so now there's a Cretonian speaker here, but that's fine. The main thing that we have is that we do clay and fishery with the Amevians. I just really think that's neat. All the other jobs can be taken by other people. So we haven't set up pottery yet. I think that's maybe the last thing that we'll do today, and then we will go on to the next one. So I was thinking, do we want to deliver the clay all the way over here? Probably not. Instead, maybe we can make pottery here. I don't know if I want to go further east here with this settlement, though. I like sticking to the coast. And maybe we just have a pottery workshop somewhere here. Or maybe even up there, you know, as this like can have another bridge. I'm not decided yet, so I'm going to take a look at where the best location is, and then we'll look at this stuff together. All right, it is complete. Look at our beautiful stuff that we made. So here we are. This is the final Amevian settlement. What we've done with the pottery is we've just moved the warehouse over there, and now we have the pottery over here. The warehouse did actually lose its name, so we can just rename that. Wait, no, that's not pottery. Warehouse. Amevian warehouse. There we go. There's a little extra room here that we really don't have anything to put in yet, but maybe the opportunity will present itself. We have a bunch of nice stuff, of course, all of the Amevian housing, and yeah, it's beautiful. Over here we have some lovely pottery, and it's sort of to this side towards the city because there's other people working here. It's not just Amevian, so it's already towards that direction. I do think we would probably put some, like maybe we could just put a bench here, or benches like this and a thingy, a torch. Ooh, what about a tree? Wait, yeah, let's put that there because the Amevians don't care for a tree, but we know that the Tilapis do, and they're coming all the way out here. They're like, I better see a tree if I'm coming down here to work. So we've also given them a Crator shrine. so that they can worship. Most of our Amevians are in fact Crator worshippers. We have a small amount. So never mind. We had a minion, and they just abandoned that. There is a Schmalor, a small sect of Schmalorism. There are some people, yeah, that we do need to build some other shrines for, but mostly everybody's just worshiping Crator these days. Also, look, we built this over here and it spawned a boat. Wonder if we could do that up there as well. But yeah, we have a lovely boat. We have some fish. And honestly, I think it's a pretty lovely place. Overall, I think the Amevians have a nice and comfortable existence here. And currently, a lot of them are actually just odd jobbers. So we have 17 out of 24. So they're actually... How does that work? 6 odd jobbers? That's not 6. What's the other one? What's the 7th one doing? But yeah, if we ever need to have more of them do some kind of job, what we can do is we can simply open up more workplaces in the clay pit, and we have fewer odd jobbers. So the clay pit is kind of the thing that is determining how many odd jobbers we have. We currently have a pretty positive influx of clay because this thing consumes almost 5 clay, and this thing produces 17.5 clay, meaning that we have quite a bit of a clay surplus. So we can always wind it down if we need a few more odd jobbers. But yeah, I think this is going to be it for today's adventure. I quite enjoyed making this little place. I know people are going to be annoyed by this, but I don't like this shape. So what if we just made it a little bit more like this? Uh-oh. It's opening up more jobs. Yeah, I just think it's ugly if it's square, you know? It's not pretty. It's not pretty from the map. It's not pretty to look at. And we can round things out a little bit. That'll be better, I think. And then you can also just not be that. We need an auxiliary. Could have an auxiliary down here. We don't have anything going. Oh, it's not enough, so let's make it bigger. Insufficient storage items? What happened to our storage item? Did it get deleted? Huh. Well then what if we put storage down here? Can they mine on there? It doesn't reduce the amount. Oh no, it does build over the deposits. Okay. So yeah, storage will go up there. Or we could just... all of these are mines. Yeah, storage is going to be up here. I'm sorry. I know that's probably not as efficient as it would need to be. But there we go. And then... one auxiliary can go over there. You're kidding. There. Go, go, go. Build. Finish. The temperature is rising to extreme level. Make sure your subjects have ways to cool down. We should have it, right? We have wells. Load 24, 24, 24, 50. We have shades. People have places they can go. Interesting. I didn't know that would happen. What is this blue? What does that represent? Interesting. But yeah, I am pretty happy. I'm specifically choosing not to get 2-3 more people to join us because I believe that will spawn the next level, right? Wait, what? Oh no, that's battle mode. No, how do I leave battle mode? How do I see that? Progression. There we go. Somewhere. Tech! Right? We can make tech happen. Ooh. Posh relief. Oh, tourists. I didn't even know that was a thing. Goods. Where's my, like, progression thingy? You know what I'm talking about? Ah, it's here under levels. Yeah, I think when we reach 100, right? Oh no, population 200. Okay, we don't have to worry about that then. Because we already accidentally reached this one. Population 200. And that will give us... Oh, so that's where all the trouble is going to start. Because those are some military titles. Yeah, let's then accept a few more of these people in. Do we have room for you guys? We have 4 tilapia houses. Okay, so I will put in 3 of you. And then we're gonna start. Next week we also gotta start with whoa. Oh, everybody's swimming. That's good. You guys should all go swimming. We don't need any of you dying. We have a lot of odd jobbers now. Oh, right, because this thing has deactivated. Need stone to complete. Oh, I didn't know we were out of stone. Say less. Okay, I can fix that. All right, we did it. We did it, Joe. Okay, now it looks nicer. Now it looks a little better. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy with our clay mine. And let's make sure that this is not on maximum jobs. Why are there so few jobs now? Oh, I could just make as many as I want. Okay, good. Good. Now the odd jobbers have reduced in number. And yeah, next week, the objective is we're going to figure out technology. We're going to figure out the nurseries. I was going to say hatcheries, but that's only one of them, I'm pretty sure. And maybe we will, I mean, we'll keep expanding, we'll keep doing stuff, but I think technology is going to be the big thing, right? That's going to be a pretty major milestone in how our stuff's going to develop. So let us take the great next step forward in the next one. Now, for today, we're going to wrap up. So I hope that you enjoyed this one. And if you did, make sure to do all of the things that you do when you've enjoyed a video. Make sure to like and comment and of course subscribe. We're gonna have new Songs of Six every Monday, and I also have new other videos every other day of the week. On Tuesdays we play something new. We do like a first impressions type of day, playing different games every Tuesday. On Wednesdays we're currently playing Stronghold, which is a classic game from the early 2000s, and then on Thursdays and Fridays we have something else. So I hope to see you on any of those days, and I hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments what you're feeling. I got a ping on the Discord the other day, and then by the time I saw it, it was deleted, so I don't know what that was about. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Also, come say hi at twitch.tv/Lelling. Alright, that's it from me. Bye-bye!